Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. Just wanted to get some painting done on this 56. What I want to do, I want to go ahead and paint all the frame black, and then if I do it all in this same video, we'll go back and get the exhaust and everything. But just wanted to get a little painting done, do it on the camera with you guys, and go from there. We'll see how far we get. Now, I'm going to try a couple things on this. I've never filmed a hyperlapse before, but I'm going to try that just mainly to kind of speed it up. I don't burn up so much camera time and maybe not quite as boring, but I'm going to try that. We're going to get started here first, and then I'll switch over to that and see how it goes. Like I said, I don't know how it's going to go. It'll be my first time. So, but anyway, so we got the frame here all painted. I showed you that on video. Now this right here, if you see this, that's where my springs are going to go. And it's really crude actually looking, but once they sit down in there, you're really not going to notice that. Let's see if I can grab that here. Where did I set it? Right there. Once we get it set down in there, and then once you get it, so see, it'll go like this. And then once you get it up in there, you're not even going to notice that once all the rest of this is painted. So that's the scoop on that. So what I got, I'm just using the Nason. It's actually a Chrysler black, but just a gloss black, which is what I've already done this front part in here. So I just went ahead and masked this off and sprayed that, so that's that much less painting I got to do up there, and then we can just focus then on these frame rails here. So I've just got some, I got some reducer here, and then we'll just, I'm just going to grab the paint right off here. And then we'll come on here. So yeah, that's not gonna look too bad. So we'll get this going. And then I'll come back in with a finer brush, do all these little, like these little outriggers, little mounts. So we'll get this side so far, and then we'll switch over here. Yeah, see, that's gonna look good. Gets to match up with the rest of that, and that'll be that nice contrast like I was going for originally. A little chilly out here today, guys. It's about 29 degrees outside, but it's not real bad in the garage. The wind is what makes it feel bad outside, but it's not too bad in here. But it's a little chilly. But I took this paint in and heated it up in a bowl of hot water, and then actually I really wasn't ready to come back out yet, so I just set it by the stove on the hearth there, and it warmed up nice, got it flowing good here. So all right, so we're going to do this side, and then I'm going to switch the film over. Again, this part, guys, all new to me, since I've never done this on my channel before as far as speeding up the film. So we're going to see how it goes. I should use a finer brush back here, but we'll get this. Yes, yeah, it's going to look good, guys. All right, so I'm going to switch the film over, and we'll be right back. All right, guys. Like I said, I'd never filmed in hyperlapse before. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, and that's all the footage I got. It ended up shutting the recording off for some reason. So I thought, well, that was, got me getting most of the frame painted there. So that was an experiment in that anyway. So I'll work on that for future builds or whatever. But anyways, but yeah, I got the rest of the frame done. I went ahead and got the rest of this all done. The exhaust, all the frame, all these supports here, these mounts, got those done. Got my gas tank painted. I ended up shortening the shocks a little bit, so I put the shocks up in there, if you can see that or not. Anyway, I got the shocks in there, both sides, and I may have to go back through and do a little bit of detail painting and such. But anyway, I had the opportunity to do that, and so I got that looking just the way I was wanting it. And then I got the wheels done, baby moons on there, so they're all done. Suspension is permanently mounted now, so I got that part taken care of, and so starting to look good, guys, all around. I got quite a bit done here on this thing, and that frame came out just a little rough, but like I said, it's cold out here, so it didn't, I mean, I had the paint warmed up and everything, but that's just turned out just the way it is. And but I like it. I'm satisfied with it. No problems there. Got some more stuff done on this, and I obviously filmed this video in segments, guys. So I did opportunity to do a good bit more stuff on this car. So, but anyway, I'll show you what I've got done. So obviously the frame is done the way I wanted it, and then here's now nothing. Guys, there's still no paint on the body. I'm still waiting for it. Hopefully if it warms up again. If not, this may be a spring paint job. I'm not sure yet, so we'll see how it goes. But I got the interior pretty well going together. I'm going to pull this on out of here. And I tell you what, guys, it is a trick with the way that dash is set up in there. There we go. Pull the car out of the way there. So I got the dash mounted and the steering wheel mounted and everything. I got my pedals, if you can see that. Looking around the camera again. I've got my pedals in there. On focus. Barely, there you just see them just under the steering wheel there. So I've got my pedals in. You love it how that happens. Let's look at this angle. Anyway, they're in there. And I got my shifter. I got my shifter ball painted. I just went with white. I just like the look of the white with all the other white accents and trim it's got in it and stuff. Went with that. I can't remember if I mentioned this in another video. I don't remember, guys. So if I did, I'll just repeat it. I just went with that olive on the carpet. And so I got that taken care of. And then my seats. I think I showed the seats already, but the seats are done. So they'll go in next. Like such. And then that should take care of the interior then when we get that far. So that's looking pretty well. Now I did, for the trunk, I did do this. I cut me a piece of this felt out. I went to Hobby Lobby, quarter for a sheet of felt, guys, of this stuff. And I went ahead and I made me a trunk, somewhat of a trunk floor right there. Very crude as it is. But it sets in there nice. And guys, I'm not, even though it's got the spare tire, well, I'm not going to worry about cutting a hole out for that spare tire in here. Just because I want it to look just smooth and flush in there. And that's just the way I wanted to do it. And then you get this. We'll put this over that, and I'll just actually tack that down to that. And then that should take care of the trunk. But I thought that would look pretty nice with like a green carpeted trunk. Set off all the other painted areas in the trunk there. So I got that going. And the engine. I'm getting our engine together. Old Y blocks coming together nice. Got it wired up. I got it pretty much detail painted the way I want. I just went with like some silver manifolds, and those are like stock manifolds on there. Just like he wanted to run the stock manifolds, and he just built her up on the inside a little bit. And then I just went with a black transmission. Again, it's a custom car, so if it's not all the way be original, it doesn't matter because it's custom after the fact. And now, guys, with this, I tell you what, I used and I put this on a slant like it should be. I went with an Iceman collection distributor. That's the first I'd ever used one of those, and a little finicky. See, I normally get the Morgan Automotive detail, and I really, really like those. The wires are already attached to the cap, so all you can do is run them and cut them to length and fit them in the heads. But I got the wires from STS scale model decals. I got 3 foot of wire there, and and Terry told me when I bought those, I seen him at that show this last fall. And he told me when using the Iceman distributor and the wires and Terry's wires, you got to cut them on pretty much of a sharp 45, and they'll fit down in there better because they don't. If you cut them flush, they don't, or square, they don't fit down in there real well. So, but I did get those to work. That is it's wired in the correct firing order for the Y block. And I said I went with the dual 4 manifold. So I went with that. I assume I should say dual carburetor before I go saying 2 4-barrels. I guess I should just reiterate that to 2 carburetors. Anyway, don't know the Ford Y blocks all that well or the options on them. Anyhow, so we got that. I'm going with this chrome. Going to go with the chrome air cleaner. So we'll look like that when we're done. And that was pretty much a premise I went on with the other one. And guys, I went ahead and I didn't make any boots for the spark plugs up on this end because it was such a tight fit. I'm actually going to have to tack that back in. It's a little loose. But I did go with boots down here on the spark plug ends right there. And guys, what I used for that, I found this works really, really well for that. This was a piece of rubber tubing that I had left over, like for air hoses for like one of the AMT trailers. And you just cut that to length. And guys, that's perfect for that wire. Fits on there really nice and makes really, maybe not quite, maybe a little out of scale, but it really works good for a spark plug boot. So that's something to remember. So I did not use this on that flatbed trailer, so I've got plenty of extra for spark plugs in the future. And I do have another one of those Iceman distributors. I may use that on the Badman when I get back to that project. That's for the Left Coast Model Cars group build. I'm kind of at a standstill on that one, but so then we'll get this one wrapped up. I want to get that one going again too. So, but there's the engine. So I got the engine done. Thought that was looking pretty good now so far. Just did a little wash on the carburetors, although you're not going to see them. I know they're there. Went with some red birds there on the valve covers. Went ahead and went with the chrome fan, the chrome oil pan. You know, custom car, so some custom touches on that. So I don't know that. I think that's about the only progress I've made there. I did notice something with the body here. Again, this thing's just dragging on forever. I got a little gouge right here on the top, so I'm gonna have to sand that and put a little bit of filler in that, and then I can get that smoothed out. But the rest of the body's looking decent. I may need to give it another final wet sand, like back here. Looking pretty good on the back. And I still got to decide, guys, how I'm going to divide this paint. I might just come up where it divides here at this mold line. I might just bring it just down on an angle and just run it right across the bottom here and then back up. I haven't decided yet. That's going to be a challenge. I actually had thought of just scrapping the two-tone and just going with a solid color so I wouldn't have to deal with that. And even on the front, I'd have to work something out on that too. But I really do want the two-tone, so I'm gonna figure something out on it. Hopefully something look decent and a nice dividing line there. So we'll go with that. Oh, and I did make a coil for that, so I've got to get this on. I just kind of took a piece of styrene. I just painted the end of it black. I put one of those boots and some wire on it, and I'll just cut this to fit. And I'll cut this off, touch up the end, and then I'll just stick it. Will be like about like this right here. I'll just tuck it down in there. I think that's kind of where they were mounted on those Y blocks. So, but that's where I'm at on that. I said I just need to get the seats glued in place. I got a little bit to touch up on this carpet. I mean, I probably wouldn't even have to do it or point it out, but I got just a little bit of glue there. So what I'll do is I'll just take some more paint and I'll just brush over the top of that, and we'll go from there. So, but yeah, that's where I'm at, guys. It's progressing along, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick this chassis up in here so you guys can see how that's looking as far as that goes. Again, they don't want to cooperate with you when you want them to. But anyway, there you go, guys. That's I'll get this down where you can see it. Move that up a little bit. There you go. So that's the look I wanted, guys. That's the look we're getting, and I'm pleased with that. And the trunk here is, there you go. But I'm pleased with how that's looking, coming along. I'm excited about it. It's getting closer, and going from there. So I guess I don't have anything else to say about that part of it. So we're coming along, and something else. Oh, I did want to show you guys. I guess I do have something else I wanted to say. I just want to show you guys, now that I've got it on there and done, how I actually did this hinge on this. And I'm going to show you from up in here. So what I did here, I just took a piece of just channel styrene, some like square styrene channel, and glued that up in once I test fitted everything. And these are actually hinges off of the hood right there. And I got to thinking, well, I think I said that in another video, that, well, yeah, I sacrificed my hood hinges, but I still could use them, guys, because I got that whole spare kit down there that actually has the hinges in it. So I got something to work out well for that, and it seems to be working out really, really nice. I may still go and put a lip around here, just something else extra to rest that lid on, but it does close okay, and it kind of stays there all right. So I wouldn't really have to. Maybe add a little bit of look of realism to it, if anything else. But yeah, that's where that's setting, guys. And so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just go ahead and touch up this carpet, and then I'm going to go ahead and get those get the seats in. You know what? I guess there's no reason we can't do that right here and right now. We'll go ahead and get this thing put in here. Why don't we let's do that right now. So now what I'm going to do here, I want to take this knife here, and I'm going to scribe this carpet right where that seat is, just very lightly. Maybe a little less light than that, so we can see what we're doing here. So let's do this. See if that's any better. Okay, there. Now I can see where I need to put my glue at there. So we're just going to take this little piece of sandpaper here. I'm just going to scuff this on the bottom. And then we will scuff this on the top. And then we'll come back and do the same thing down here. And not to drag this one out too much longer, guys, but I haven't had a lot of footage of building, so I figured, you know what, why don't we just do this? And we'll just get the seats in, then this interior should be pretty close to being done. And then we'll just scuff this lightly across the top here. I get my extreme power here. Open it right over the top of that, why don't you? An applicator. All right. We'll just run that across the bottom here. And bring this back over here and get a little bit more. Can it get any more disorganized than this bench? Yeah, guys, I thought it was kind of comical. You know, the time it's taken to get this done, but with family responsibilities and all that other stuff, and just doing this when I can, and trying to take my time and do it right, how I had originally envisioned doing it. But I see, guy at work has got on his got above his bench. He said it takes a lot of talent to get a month behind in one day, and I tell you what, that's just about the way. That's just about the way it is, you know. Now I got a little bit on the carpet there, so. But anyway, we'll just let that set. Should set up fairly soon. Yep, that one took okay. Now I tell you what, let's do before we get that front seat in. Take some of this olive green, and just going to put a little bit on this towel here. Maybe. And sitting out here in the cold, it might not want to come out too well here. Let's see. Wants to. That may be all I need right there. Right there. Okay. And I'm going to use this flat brush. I kind of like this flatter brush because the bristles don't stick out, far around the sides. So I just want to touch that up so I get that shininess off of there. I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about down. Yeah, right there on that transmission hump. There we go. So all I want to do is take that. I'm going to just take that little shiny glob away, and then that'll dry up flat again, and should look pretty good. Yep, that's what I wanted to do. And then when this glue dry, well, I probably should. Let me see if I can do that now, because I'm knocking the camera over too. Because once that front seat's in there, let's just come along here. Just knock down any sheen or shine that way. Just blend that in. Now then that'll dry up okay too. All right. Put that over there. All right. So now let's check this front seat out. This will be a little bit rougher as far as scribing a line. Getting it centered up here. I think about right there looks good. So let's see. Get that. Barely see it. Just scribing line there, guys, like I said, on the back so I can see where to clean that up so that glue will adhere. Hope you can see all that. I'm going to stand up over here a little bit and get this one. All right, that's good if I can see that. All right. We'll just lightly scrape this. This line is over right there. We go. And then if I have to touch anything up behind the seat, then I will. We're just going to see how that's not that much, guys, but we're going to see how much. We'll see how well that will take here. So we used a lot of these applicators on this stuff. Okay, I think, and I see I have to touch up a little bit over here. Got a little globby right there, but we'll get that later. So, all right, that pretty much takes care of that, guys. I know it wasn't a whole lot of assembly on camera, but we got looks like the interior should be done. Get you a good look at it right there. Back seat view. And something else I cut out too, guys, is some of this felt. Now, it's all going to depend on the thickness, but I might want to put this up in the package tray. As long as you know my window when it goes in, I might have to trim this even shorter to make it look right, or so it matches the carpet better. I may just paint this olive green. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes when I get that far. It won't be ready for installing for a while. So we'll just see where we're at. But there, that's looking pretty good right there. So we got our interior in, and that's looking good. So guys, that's where I'm at. I apologize I drug this one out again any farther, but I wanted to get some footage on here, guys, like some painting and some little assembly. Anyway, I guess I don't need to say any more than that. So all right, guys, that's all I got for right now. We get a little bit farther, and we got a couple warmer days supposed to be coming up here, 50s. So I don't know if I'm going to get anything painted. Like I said, I still got to fill that scratch on the top right there. So I don't know if I'll get anything painted here in the next couple days or not, but we'll see what happens, and I'll keep you posted. So until then, guys, we're going to wrap it up from there. So that's the progress on the 56 Ford, the Custom. So with that, you guys like the video, like, share, subscribe. Thank you, subscribers. I appreciate it. And with that, I'm going to say this is Eric from Eric's Model Garage. You guys have a great day. God bless you, and happy modeling.